not a modified. It's a Rado chassis.
It's been exciting. I'll tell you more later, but yeah, it's been exciting.
But I put that up somewhat better than. Well, it would say it's a chassis versus a pickup.
So you did get some.
I couldn't handle it. I was like, I can't wait till 8:30 to eat.
I ate like 5 handfuls of cashews, so I'm great.
I was like running around and I threw this in the air fryer. It kind of worked.
What is it?
It's a pizza.
Oh, yeah. I do pizza in the air fryer. It's the second best way to do it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best way is in a frying pan.
Hey, I made two. That does sound good.
Yeah.
Like with some oil.
And then you crisp the bottom,
So they're gonna pay out.
flip it, and
They're gonna
crisp
pay
the
your
cheese.
Oh, there he is. I like the idea.
Yeah, well, we had to go.
It's like pan fried.
Old pizza.
Pan fried pizza.
Cast iron pan, touch the bottom, and then flip it.
They have some
This was, I could have popped it in the but it tastes better this way. I also want to try that.
Just like ramen, like,
And some hybrid stuff. However,
I mean, it's,
you know, it's either way, it is what it is.
Eddie is the
We may have to buy another one.
she's,
Maybe we got
she's gotta go somewhere tomorrow,
new
and
ones out of the
Oh,
last.
okay, yeah, right.
And then
So
we
you
have
need
to
to
buy
do
the
that
other
once.
one, like,
They don't even do that once.
I don't know. They said just, that's the one that that's the one they're gonna replace. So once,
No, we're good.
and, you know, people trick.
we have a catch-up call on Friday, so once we're in touch with.
I was the playlist.
Then.
Like that.
I have to ask them
We'll have to
if
talk about it
they
another
can
time,
find
it's
some-
great.
To see if both of them are.
It's
It's just one of
It
those
was really
shop
good.
and tell them.
Didn't rain on us.
Charges for the.
There were like 2 different nitros.
I don't even know if you could buy just.
It was a very, it was different, each night was great and lots of different.
No, the lights are.
But it was good, it was really good. I'm gonna show you a picture. So we're gonna come to, we're gonna begin. And, yeah, so up first, hello, everybody, Savannah, our vice president.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No,
Yes. No pressure at all. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna start with, we have member dues and donations. Yeah, if you haven't paid your $10 due, the due just makes it so you can vote. You can pay our treasurer. Do we have the QR code anywhere for that? Probably over there. Okay, cool.
You have PayPal here.
Yeah. Do we have a deadline that you can pay that by?
No, it's just kind of rolling. I mean, I think the rule for to vote, you have to be in good standing and have attended like at least 2 meetings,
Right.
which means like 1 meeting plus whatever meeting you're voting at by our standards.
Does anybody have any questions about that?
Is there really double check, like, I always think I paid it,
Mm-hmm.
then I wonder, did I?
Probably have, our treasurer unfortunately is not here tonight, but we're working on improving the database. We also want to send out thank you cards when people pay, but
Charge card, right?
So when is a new year? I thought it began in August, no?
Well, because,
July,
yeah,
right? Is it?
well, yeah, the new year for us begins in July, but this is our first meeting, so August is, yeah, so pay that. Cause it goes into our general fund and then we can use it for projects. And then, okay, so our, for upcoming events, we have, National Night Out is coming out on August 4th. Oh, it's tomorrow, oh my god, so
Here.
soon. Right, yeah, from 4 to 8, it will be here, there will be music, food, the fire truck will be out, a blood pressure screening, and, hands-on CPR training, that's cool. Do we know who's doing that? Is it the fire department will be? Assuming
Maybe,
they're
I'm not sure,
part of it.
29th Street is organizing it.
Yeah. They're typically, the fire department tends to be part of it too, but, yeah, and then we have our upcoming dumpster day on August 22nd, which will be from 8 AM until noon.
Where's that?
On Boone and East 27th. Yeah, so if you know anybody who needs help moving a piece of furniture, or like hauling some type of trash, let us know. We're here to help everybody, cause it'll be pouring down later, if it'll be hot as the dickens. And then, we have a block party coming up on Elchester on August 29th. And it'll just be the evening.
So I just found out of this today.
Oh, okay.
Somebody just messaged me. This is apparently an old tradition. Ilchester used to do a block party every year. They stopped around COVID. They will be doing them again. And they're starting up this year at the end of this month. So the 29th, and yeah, that's
Do
great.
they need any volunteers for anything?
I can check, yeah, if you wanna be involved, I'm in touch with the woman who's organizing it. We're writing a letter of support because they need the permit from the city. So that's why she contacted me, which is great, so we can help.
If they don't get the permit, will they put it on?
I don't know, maybe they'll be less intrusive.
It's a little late.
Well,
Nothing's happening.
no, she said everything is due by the 6th, so it should be fine.
Okay.
And we have tables and chairs, some, if they need.
Okay, I'll make sure she knows.
And then, for our public safety stuff, is BPD here at this point, or do we wanna wait until
Sergeant,
Sergeant Olivo's here, or?
he asked if we were having the meeting, and I said yes, so they may show up. But
Okay, so we'll postpone that for a little bit, and then for you guys, Corey, if Ron could come to a meeting at some point, we were talking about wanting to have, like maybe if he could come quarterly, I don't know if that would be,
He usually comes once a year.
yeah,
For sure.
okay. And then, that's that. Okay, so then for community development stuff, we have the 26ers Park. Does anybody have an update on that?
I have updates on, 2 items, and Noel, if you want to say a couple words as well, you want to wait until Maury, Maury gets here as well.
Okay.
But 26ers Park, we got funds from the Charles Village Civic Fund to put a big fence around it, like a 6-foot fence with a gate that we can lock. This has been an ongoing problem recently with just a lot of misuse of the park. A lot of people who live in that neighborhood have not been feeling safe. There's been fights, there's been a lot of theft, there's also prostitution, drug use, drug selling, and it's worse now than it was a year ago. And so our goal is to essentially introduce friction into the convenience of that as a drug trafficking zone, drug market area. Odette, if you've been in touch with the owner of the property behind there as well, you said that they're putting up cameras.
They
in
put up
place.
cameras already, so that'll help the police a lot. And hopefully do a little bit of deterrence, but that's a little hiding place over there, and it's really difficult. The stuff that's happening on Greenmount, in 26th and 25th Street is getting worse. So we're looking at all of the things to try to figure this out, but, yeah, so there's cameras back there now.
But fencing the park, the 26ers Park, is one part of a larger process whereby we just make it less of a convenient space for that type of activity. And we got a grant, we got a nice sized grant for the fencing. I'm gonna be getting a quote, meeting with the fencing guy tomorrow, actually, down there. But it's encouraging because between the cameras, the lighting, the fencing, This is an issue that keeps coming up over the last 6 months, and we're finally, I think, getting some movement, which feels good and is exciting.
You know, how that will be, sorry, implemented? I mean, if they're volunteers, they're gonna be opening it up in the morning and locking it at night, or?
I think initially it will simply be closed unless it's requested,
Okay.
and we'll work from there. I mean, the goal is to have it serve the purposes of the neighborhood, but the conversations we've had with the people in the neighborhood, have not been particularly enthusiastic, and I think until we can establish that we can get something done there, they're not gonna really worry too much about what they want to happen there. Like, if they think that we can have an impact, then I think we will see a different response, and then we can look at what's possible in the space. But until then, I think the main priority is just abatement for the type of activity that we've been seeing on 26th and Broadway.
Yeah, if anybody has also any feedback, like we've, and has some idea that they wanna share in terms of like what could be another way of deterrent, I feel like, the board members have talked about like bringing, there's somebody who wants to do bees in there, but, fill it with plants, that way you can't stand there, which, something, obviously, cause we want it to still be like a neighborhood space, nobody wants it to be a space that feels uncomfortable, or like, it's a space that someone could be doing something with, so if anybody has an idea they wanna share with us, like, please, we're open to that stuff too. Cause like, none of us are like case managers, so like, this is a simple solution that we can enact right now, so.
I wanna actually pause, Officer Dandy is here, and we're on the topic of neighborhood safety. You wanna jump in, or you wanna take a moment?
Sure.
I don't wanna, I know you just sat down.
Yeah, good evening to all again, Officer Dandy, sorry we're running late. We had an event going on all the way in the county, we had to be there just for back, we had to change quickly we jump into the 28 days, for the month. Homicide, we got 0 compared to last year, 0. Shooting, we got 0 compared to last year, 0. Rape, we got 0 compared to last year, 0. Robbery, we got 0 compared to last year, we had 1, so we down. Aggravated assault, we got 0 compared to last year, 0. Burglary, we had 2 compared to last year, 0. Larceny, we have 13 compared to last year, 3. Before I complete, I just want to touch on the larceny. A lot of the larceny is 2511 Green Mountain, the Dollar General there. It's a lot of shoplifting going on, and there are some initiative going on with this on the arrest. Warren, from here, I'm gonna write a warrant again and go down and see if I can get a charge for that as well. So that's where the problem we have in with the last repeat offender.
A couple months ago, you mentioned that there was sort of a cluster of people that would go from kind of neighborhood to neighborhood. Is this tied to that?
It's the same kind of people running around with it. I think it was last week, Friday, same guy, I arrested him maybe 3 weeks ago, I arrested him again, locking up. I heard he was out, he was out on vacation, he got arrested again, he been locked up. All right, auto theft, we have 2 compared to last year, we had 2. Arsenal, we got 0 compared to last year, we got 0. Total per 1 crime 17 compared to last year was 6. Property crime 17 compared to last year was 7. So most of the crime style we're seeing kind of go off fluctuate. It's a lot of the last thing that coming up.
You say property crime?
Property crime.
Like, what does that encompass?
4 on the scene as the last name, 4 on like package.
Oh,
things
okay.
like that.
Oh, that means people are reporting it then?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then just to, pretty much that's the crime style. I just wanted to touch on the park down to
26th Park.
Yes, I had to come in the morning and get all the furniture that was sitting there the other day. Because I keep moving and I got called back, I keep moving and I keep came back. It was like 3 times I got 4 different calls, I had to go back to the park. So the next morning, I think 2 days later, I came early in the morning, like 4 o'clock or 5, took the pickup, went there, took all the furniture out and put it in the trash, just to keep it safe at that point, keep them out of the park. So I'm not sure what the community gonna do about it, but
I was just saying, we're gonna fence it. We got a grant to put a fence around the space
that's,
with a lockable gate.
yeah.
We don't wanna lose the space for the community, but at the same time, for now, we just need, we need that to be a less convenient space.
Yeah, and also put a trespassing sign with between that.
Oh, yeah,
belongs.
make sure you put a no trespassing sign on the gate,
Yes.
that's exactly right.
Also-
Because that's the only way that the police know that if
Yeah.
it's an unauthorized person.
Person
Yeah.
go in there, it's a problem. So we catch you first time, we give you a warning, try to get information, and then you come back here the next time, it's a problem again.
What about the larger, like, spillover from all the drug activity that happens around it? Like, I mean, somebody who lives there, they said people stole the registration sticker off their license, like junkies steal a registration sticker off their license plate. Like, just there, cause there are people there that go there to do drugs, but there are also people that are like really hard up, really in a bad state, that are even in a worse position and doing things that are, you know.
I agree. A lot of the group crosses from 25 across the street and come back on the side. So as soon as they see y'all, they kind of walk away, go back across the street. As soon as we leave, they come back again. That's where the problem is. I put in a 311 and I was able to push that in down to property at the end there. They have tiles from the place, they dump it out there. Yeah, I wrote the whole email, sent it off the chain, see how they can get into that. That place was clean on. So we still trying, working on that, yeah.
You know, like how much like interagency work is going on there, like right now, like, you know, like for, you know, there are people who are hard up, like, is there anybody doing, you know, free clothing drives, stuff like that, in that space, like through any of the like city offices, like the offices of homeless services or
Probation
anything?
services.
Yeah.
There was a mobile clinic there today, and then, just doing basic outreach services, so talking about and this was through the health department. There's a new center, on 25th and by the gas station. Looks like a treatment center, but it's not. It's called Operation Hope.
Are they
something
open
like that.
now?
No, they're not open quite yet. But it's funded through the opioid restitution fund, so that people can come in and get basic services and build the trust with them. So that then they would be more comfortable when they're ready for treatment, can go in for treatment. And it's not just related to just treatment. I mean, I don't know if you all know, but there's some prostitution going on there. So the mayor's office of neighborhood safety engagement and the human trafficking task force, of which I am the co-chair, has been doing some outreach there as well. I gotta get rid of those vacant properties on 26th
Yeah.
Street. Like,
Yeah.
that is what's happening. And so, we're doing a concerted effort through, I hope you all don't mind, I just wanna knock them all down. I don't, usually do that. I don't usually like to do that. I like to preserve our housing stock, but it's just too, and the space is not activated anyway, because the buyers of the old envelope haven't moved in yet, and it's just a big nightmare.
Are you talking about on the other side of Greenville or on the west, or
On
east?
the
East or west side?
east side, the new part of the neighborhood.
Yeah, okay.
And, so I think that is contributing a lot to what's happening. So I'm working on that. So just as a follow-up to our town hall meeting, that, we'll continue to do all of those cross-agency, items.
Do you have a sense of like, for those agencies that are like the health department coming in with the mobile vehicle, do you know if there's like a schedule that they have that we might be able to like post for people in the
It's a
neighborhood?
good question. I don't know, but I can ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause like, I know there's people who are out on the corner sometimes, and I know in other areas, there's people who come out weekly, where it's like, we'll be here on this day, you know, I think like, there's
I
just
think
not
this
a
new
regular
Hope Center,
thing
once
that-
it gets in there, will be, you know, a very steady presence, there. Again, to work through building that trust, there's resources, clothes, food, all of the things that they're trying to, and then people who need crisis management, there won't be treatment there, but once people are ready, they can, go through that, so
Sweet, okay.
when they're open, I think they'd be interested in coming here. But yeah, it's not good there, so we're trying to.
This is what I mentioned at the last board meeting, this is like the wraparound services.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Even like laundry services. like,
Right, they're
for homeless
providing
people.
all of those types of things, just so people feel human again,
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, have what they need as their.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize it was such a full service, I think that's been like a concern of all of us is going, well, if the city, you know, knows that this is such a, ongoing issue, like where can there not be like a concentration for several months of like services in that area? So this, yeah,
So that's one resource. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing with the Human Trafficking Task Force, we're gonna be doing some outreach there too. Which has been super helpful. We have a whole system that not a lot of people know about, but it's very effective to get, people who are in that situation that wanna be out of that life, you know, immediately to Mercy, and then they've provided a lot of different services. So, it's gonna take a minute, it's not gonna be tomorrow, but, it has gotten to a point where people are really suffering. There was a young woman there today, I drove by a few times, and she was just not in good shape, it was really bad, I felt bad for her. So, yeah.
To your point on like the timeline, do we know how long that Hope or the building for home services will be open on 25th? Is that still?
Just got a message about it recently, let me just see. I think sometime in the next month or so.
Oh.
So it's imminent. It's in that grayish building, it says right now, term something or other, but it'll be there, and that's, paid for through the opioid restitution
Yes.
funds. So-
And then the other question I had, which was, I know you know a lot about like vacant buildings, those ones that hopefully if we could tear them down, what would that timeline look like? Cause I know it's taking forever, but any update on those specific ones or?
Yeah, well, two of them have been rehabbed, and of
Okay.
course, they're not occupied because it's hard to be occupied on
On
a
that,
block
yeah.
like that. We have knocked down a couple of them,
Okay.
and so I know for a fact that the city is in the process of acquiring the rest.
Okay.
Because they're not an emergency situation where they're so dilapidated that they could be automatically. So that whole situation's gonna take a while. I would say in another 2 years, but we'll, but I wanna try to, you know, expedite that, yeah. And then the activity on the vacant lot on, 2600 block, also has gotten worse, but we're doing, we're gonna be doing some multi-agency work there.
you're talking about the one that's right next to the bridge.
Yeah, and, well, the one on the bridge, right, I mean, the 26ers Park that has, that they cleared out the brush and there's a little teeny house right there. And that's actually caused some challenges, because there's stuff happening in the back. I'm talking about
Oh, you're
further
talking
up.
about on
That's on
Green
Green Mountain, it's next to,
Next to Bowen's.
Bowen's place.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to get a fence around that soon as well. But also making sure that the folks who are experiencing homelessness are getting services and everybody knows about this Operation Hope. So that's really important to me, like if you're gonna do an operation like that we're providing all of the resources, so that there's alternatives. Those are the plans for that area. Again, it's not gonna be tomorrow, but
It's
you
in
know,
the pipeline.
it's come to that, I think, so.
Is that a CSX property, that little building?
Yeah,
Are they interested in tearing down, cause that's, it's not, you know,
No, look.
functioning?
I
yeah.
think,
So, we talked to CBS, or CSX. And they came down and did the whole clearing, so we were working with them on that clearing project. I think that's a substantial structure, and they just weren't immediately prepared to tear that down when they came and got
It's like
everything
steel.
else.
It's not like,
Yeah.
it's not like wood, I think it's like
So a center block is
Yeah, it was
pretty
for
tough.
The train.
the track at some point, you know, so.
Okay, just in, cause like, that seems like a more lasting thing than putting in a fence that someone will just go, oh, I'll hop over that and there's more over here to look at what's
Get
happening
rid of
behind
that.
it, so.
Sure, so I think that's what we need to think about, but I'm just talking more on the 2600 block, further up.
Oh,
Yeah.
next to the liquor store?
Yes,
Oh, that lot, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's been there, it's a cultural institution at this point.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I know we cut away from you, but you're,
Yeah.
anything else you guys?
Nope, that's it. Any question or concern? Can reach out to Sergeant Marshall, email, shooting, something I can reach out to command style, I can help. Just let them know.
Oh, actually, one question. Did they ever catch that peeping Tom?
In Canton?
No.
The one
Here?
there?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't have any, like, information on that.
Okay. I guess there has been, yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't been a sighting in a
Maybe
while.
moved,
so
moved away, yeah, maybe, yeah, now it's in the shed, or it might
Fix
be
it.
already.
I don't think so, the methodology is a little different.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a lot
Age-
different.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions or concerns?
So what about that gas station on 25th and Greenmount? Is that like a nuisance part?
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
but it's also a gas station, so it's,
Well, if they
Yeah.
got rid of that gas station over there, by Mark, what was that? They didn't really get rid of it, but they kept sending them notices. Is it Gwen, somewhere in that area, cause that gas station was really busy like this one. But they cleaned it up.
Yeah. This,
It's
that gas
supposed to be
station
down for a
here is
while.
part of that bigger issue that we're
Yeah.
talking about, it's all part of the Dollar General.
Cause I don't go
Yeah,
there,
Dollar
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not really a fearful person, but I'm wise.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not the most comfortable.
so there will be some, street renovations along
Okay.
25th.
Okay.
I mean, not directly connected to that, but there may be some impact from just cleaning it up and changing how that space generally is for pedestrians and how it looks. I mean, we'll get some updates on that, so.
Yeah, actually, along the same lines, do you happen to have any sense or that about how that restaurant, like, you know, with Dollar General and that restaurant that are, they're right there, they're right in the mix, like, is Dollar General gonna stay? And there's also, is the restaurant, like.
So Dollar
impacted?
General owns that building. So, it's not like the one on 32nd Street where they didn't own that building. But they're getting hit so much that I don't see how, I mean, I'm sure they're not making money. So I don't know that. They have not been responsive to us, but I'll try again. I mean, that corner could be a much better use.
Yes, yeah,
And
a lot of big open space.
Stone Tavern.
Yeah, the Stone Tavern restaurant, yeah,
Yeah, they do a lot of business. They do a lot of little
Yeah,
stuff
they
up
should.
there.
yeah.
Every now and then you might see one of them come in,
Mm-hmm.
straggler come in.
Yeah.
Some food.
Yeah, I'm sure they would appreciate some, you know, space to be,
Yeah.
feel better for their own
Yeah,
employees too.
no, we just need a whole full-on operation over in that whole area. So we have the beginnings of it, so we just need to continue.
If they do the whole thing across 25th with like the complete streets thing that they're doing all the way down there,
Yeah.
then I feel like that's half the battle, because it's like, it's just such a, like, there's not even like seating for the bus stops down there. It's really grim, so, but, yeah, I feel
I
like
mean,
that's,
one thing we did on 32nd Street, we took the bus stop, the bus benches out.
yeah.
I've gotten a couple complaints about it, but for the most part.
Oh, right, that was one of them,
Mhm.
yeah, right, because there was complaints about it.
Yeah, also like the environmental impact of it all being, you know, concrete, the total heat sink and.
Yeah, it's very 1980.
Yeah,
No, there's some real potential there if we can, you know, turn it over, basically, so. But we'll, you know, keep working on all of those things. And then DOT is here to talk about the traffic calming, but, as well. But the traffic, the, streetscaping and everything on 25th Street is just gonna be from Green Mountain to Kirk. There's another project that will go the other way, that'll be, later on, like in the next couple of years.
We want both sides of Green Mountain.
We do, that's why I asked for it, we're redistricting.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we can just roll into.
Or do you, is somebody else?
Yeah, we
coming?
can, to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Officer Andy.
yeah, unless,
I can start
I
off
mean,
on the
we're all,
25th
we're
Street.
basically on the same topic.
yeah, exactly,
We're
since
all-
Yeah.
we're here.
Okay,
A lot of
so,
segues tonight.
good evening, everyone. I'm Shazetta Wallace. I'm the community liaison for DOT for District 3 and District 14. Should I be standing up?
No, you're in front.
Fine.
You're all right.
I was thought about it. I was like the officer standing there. So, for 25th Street, the resurfacing project, we had our public meeting on, the 28th with lovely torrential downpours and flood
Flooding.
warnings.
Horrible.
And still a wonderful 17 people, including Councilwoman Ramos, showed up in person to hear what we had planned for the area. So we are going to have between Greenmount and 25th, I'm sorry, Greenmount and Kirk, up to 25th, we are making a switch where we are going to increase the canopy. We're putting in planted medians, a mounted median by Baltimore Hydraulics and EVR, because they have larger trucks. They fix the state trucks, actually.
Oh,
So they need to be able to turn in and out. And also, God forbid, if a car gets disabled and it's just the one lane, it'll help a tow truck to turn around for that area. It's going to be changed, so it's going to be one travel lane in each direction along with permanent parking. The median is.
Parking on both sides,
Oh,
so the
on-
curb lane is gonna be, and we won't be taking them out during peak parking, so
Oh.
there'll be parking on both sides.
Yes, so that should also,
Yeah,
yes. So that's gonna slow down the
Park
traffic.
on 25th Street?
yeah,
Yes,
That busy street, y'all gonna make it smaller?
yes.
That makes no sense.
so, a few years ago, 2018, the neighborhood, requested some initiatives to make the area more walkable, more livable, more welcoming. We have unfortunately some bad actors in the area, some businesses that are not kind. They've been asked not to park on the sidewalk, not to use the sidewalk as their showroom
Right.
or repair shop. I think would be the best way to say that. And unfortunately, it does keep happening, and we are in the middle of the ADA partial consent decree, so we wanna make sure that, we make streets accessible to everyone of all abilities. So we are going to shorten those very large, sometimes around 40 feet sidewalks. We're gonna shorten them down to 5 feet, and then we're going to put in, a curved median that's grassy, that's a green space, and on the left-hand side of the street, we will do a multimodal path.
The north side of the street.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it's the north side of the street, we will do that path to allow people to be able to come and go. And the treatment is going to be for both sides of the street, so we will see more green space along them. We are going to improve the pedestrian lighting, so the actual lighting on the sidewalk, because the area has been pretty dark, as people have commented in the past. We are also going to strategically place bollards to try to make sure that the bad actors do not return to previous behaviors. And there will also be some realignments along the corridors, because some of the side streets are kind of like blind curves and blind turns. We're going to be adding daylighting, which in essence will, give a shorter crossing distance, but a better sight line for the motorists as well as the pedestrians who are moving in the street. We are adding MTA bus bulbs, but not benches to my knowledge. And we are improving all of the intersections and including crosswalks as well.
What's that MTA bus ball?
Bulb,
Bulb.
yes.
Oh,
sorry.
like
Yeah,
a,
bike lane or something.
LB.
that
Oh.
sticks out so that the buses don't have to go into the parking lot.
got
They
it.
just pull up, the person just walks on at level, So although the buses can kneel, go down for those who need it, they won't have to kneel, and that'll take less time in traffic.
Oh, that's kinda cool, I didn't even know those were a thing.
So we have one on, Harford Road and Kentucky Avenue.
It's over, by where the Harper Road Bridge was put,
Yeah.
was just opened a few weeks ago.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
so
over
nice
by
to
Lake
say,
Montebello.
for commuting purposes, it takes like that little extra like 1 minute, 2 minute that it takes for it to kneel away, and it's amazing.
I'm sorry.
I know this is kind of an open-ended question, but going down to a single lane, and there's a lot of road that's covered in this, are you still gonna be maintaining like a lot of like turning lanes as well for like some of those areas? Because what I see as somebody who drives down that stretch, 25th a lot, is the biggest traffic problems I encounter is people changing lanes because of like unexpected parking, unexpected turning lane, unexpected parking. Are there gonna be, especially for people who are making left turns across traffic, are you gonna still have like those turning lanes in place?
If I remember the design correctly, there is room for during, at that median area for an actual left turn.
Okay.
It's the streetsofbaltimore.com, and then you can, scroll down and see, 25th Street, it's gray now. I'll have to check, I'll
I
give
think
you
it
the
says,
exact,
25th Street in Greenville.
yes, sir.
Cause every time you come up in a community meeting, I just gotta say something, no name in my mouth, but 28th Street, they turned 28th Street into a single lane. So that's where 25th Street became busy, cause people was trying to get off of 28th Street. Now we turning 25th Street into a single lane. They can't go to North Avenue, cause that's a single, because they put bus lanes on the curb line. So by the time people are just trying to get across East Baltimore, and they not trying to deal with all that backup, trying to go all the way down to Miami Street or Lane Street. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's like that, y'all make it one lane, that's gonna be, is that,
I mean, I know
that's fine now, but you make that one lane, that's gonna be.
I know we thinking about people being able to move around and walk
It's gonna be
around.
back
in
to back
communities.
traffic every day.
But I mean, this is 2026, people have a lot of vehicles out there, and we're trying to slow them down and stuff, but wow. I mean, there's no outlet for the drivers to get home.
I'll say I do drive home every day on 28th Street, and people have figured it out, right? It's a little tough, it was tough for a while over at Druid Hill Park when we did the big jump, and everyone had to merge, and no one knew how to merge, and it was a nightmare. I was like, wow, this is really bad on my commute every single day. And it's taken some adjustments, but I think like people have figured it out, and I do like, man, people were like flying down 28th during rush hour in a way that was scary. And I have a friend who lives like right on that street, and like you could not cross 28th Street.
And I fear that people gonna start turning into the smaller blocks, the 27th Streets, the Elchester, the Lorains of the world, the 24th Streets, where kids are gonna be out there playing.
I think that's part of the issue is also like what Shaquita said about like, you know, they got neighborhood feedback from years ago, and like there are kids that live on 25th, like it's still a neighborhood that people walk in and stuff like that. I think also I know from other people at DOT, you know, they're trying to also want people to use more public transportation and like.
I mean, they want people to
But-
use recycle cans, but we got a whole bunch of them for the trash.
Yeah, long process, it's a long
What they
process, but
want.
yeah.
For that.
yeah, and I'm assuming also because of the times light situation, also some people have gotten that, like that's also helped too. Cause then it keeps things flowing, but at a slightly slower clip, so.
Yeah, the lights will all be retimed,
Yes, they
retimed.
will
Some
be
of them,
retimed.
some of the intersections will actually be completely reconstructed, so, you know, I think we'll see with better pedestrian crossing. One of the big, I know that part is a new part for this neighborhood, so you're coming in kind of late in the process, so I apologize for that, but since we expanded the boundaries. But one of the reasons why, that bigger sidewalk and pedestrian path is important is, like Ms. Wallace said, there are businesses there that are taking up the sidewalk with the cars, and you just can't have that. So, Also, you know, a lot of the businesses there that are not the car businesses are these industrial, places, and they're actually very lively, very much in business, very much, you know, part of, what's happening in the area, and I think bringing them in as partners is gonna be helpful, and they've been, you know, they've had, you know, some conversations about this too. I actually have a lot that I want to have happen on Loch Raven side in terms of, parking lanes on both sides, making that narrower just by putting parking lanes in. We have a lot of, new businesses along from 25th Street up to 29th, well, actually up to 33rd, but, up to Gorsuch, where they're gonna be able to use, like Bros now bought the warehouse there, so they're gonna need parking, but it helps to slow down the traffic. It'll still have 2 lanes on Loch Raven, we're not taking away the 2 lanes from Loch Raven at the moment, but we, you know, definitely wanna slow people down, so I think
Not everyone's
it's.
as good a driver as you are, Keith.
Gotta give them a chance.
He's a better driver's education.
I see the boulders have been put up at, you know, Barclay and, 29th Street and Barclay and but I haven't seen anything actually in Guilford and 28th, and that's where we have the 2-lane traffic zooming by, people speeding, the dirt bikes, the whole bit. Is there some plan to do
That's,
traffic
I
calming
think
in
that's our
our?
next step,
Yeah.
like phase 2 of the work that's being done in the Harwood part of the neighborhood in terms of the flex posts. And so there were like, there's like 15 or 20 intersections that we wanted treated, so we did, it was 28. So we did 10 or 12,
We have 10
yeah.
that, 5 completed and 5 still in design.
So, and that's one of them, to try to.
So Guilford and 28th
Yeah.
is in design.
Yeah,
Because
we
that-
did
that's
do
where
Guilford and 29, we did Guilford and 29.
Right.
Which I would say, put a bunch of no turn on red signs, that's the only thing I would add to all of our requests. No turn on red.
Yeah.
People actually
And I'm
follow
just, I've
them.
almost been hit as a pedestrian with someone turning right on a,
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
right, it's like.
Yeah, I feel like I could almost use like a turn signal, like a separate light for a turn signal there.
I have dibs on the turn signals, it's a couple of my other intersections,
Yeah.
but,
Is there a finite number? We're not allowed to have more than.
Budget makes
the
it.
ones that are in stock right now, I'm getting.
Okay.
But that is something that we should actually talk about.
Okay, so I know it is a legitimate finite resource. Okay.
Yeah, and also, and Robin, to your question, also that's something that like our board has on our agenda too, is like once those, the bollards are in, we will be able to apply for a placemaking grant with the city, and then maybe put in like a more structured, you know, like, also, if you.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Like planters or something like that, so.
Yes, I remember you all got a large donation of planters. I think I-
Well.
We're talking about, it's in theory,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay.
In practice, maybe not.
Maybe hard to remove.
Are you gonna also touch on the Green Mountain 27 thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I just ask one quick question about 25th Street? My grandson is one of the kids who live on 25th Street, to whom Savannah may have been indirectly referring. And I dropped them off today, and the traffic on 25th Street going east was blocked way from the rise. They live at the corner of Guilford. From the rise of Greenmount, you can't see it anymore. It was completely stopped as just normal, busy, rush hour traffic. How are you gonna merge that down from 2 lanes to 1 at Greenmount without causing
Same question. I'm asking.
angst, for lack of a better word?
Start walking the little streets.
It's a busy street, and suddenly, as this gentleman was saying, it's gonna become 1 lane for people who are just trying to get across town. And that's the problem with 28, because people flying off the highway, and they crawl through Remington, they hit Maryland Avenue when they nail it, because suddenly it's 2 lanes again, and they're gonna make up for lost time. So this whole issue of capacity and density of traffic is obviously nothing worse worse than a frustrated person trying to get home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You go for
Safety,
that
too.
opening. But anyway, that's my question. You see what happens coming off the highway in, at Druid Hill, you know, you come off 28th Street, and there is one lane.
Yeah, it is.
But there's not one lane at 25th Street, and there's not one lane once you get past Maryland Avenue. Coming east, it's all 2 lanes, and it's an open invitation to make up some lost time. So, any information specifically about 25th Street, how it's gonna be merged safely, reduced safely?
So, it's streetsofbaltimore.com/25th Street.
Okay, that's
And
got
so
the
that's where
design
the
on it.
actual design is.
Yep.
So you'll be able to see, and I didn't open it up and,
Oh, no, I'll look
download
at
it,
it.
but,
We-
you'll be able to see where they've made, turning lanes and where they have it so that it's straight and contiguous.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I am not a traffic engineer, I am just the liaison, so I can give information to give out. So, we were originally looking at possibly having a July meeting, however, we had our traffic study still going on that ended in late July. When we were talking back in June, I forgot to think about summer schedules, so I didn't correctly schedule the first Monday of August with coverage. And so, those 2 individuals who have the most knowledge of this project just returned, one from a 1-week vacation, one from a 2-week vacation, and trying to get from someone's agenda the first day back from work. I'm back from vacation when I come back to work. It's not, an easy task, so I apologize. We will figure out a time to reschedule or reconvene, later this month or next month's meeting, whatever fits
We
into
do
your
first-
schedule.
First Monday next month.
Yeah, is that Labor Day?
Is it? If it is, then it's the.
No, I think
No,
Labor Day is
Labor
the
Day is
7th.
the 7th.
Ooh.
It's later this year.
Yeah, the first Monday
Yeah.
of every month is.
The second,
Yeah, because the Monday
Oh,
prior is still
It's
August.
second.
So, the people who were in, when you reached out, I reached out, and they gave me the summary that they could, give to let me know that, yes, I'm going to read this verbatim, I'm sorry. I'll use my projected voice. Quick build timelines can vary a bit depending on the design and construction capacity. The faster timelines are a year to 18 months, but with the contract hurdles, we are seeing it could be 2 years or more. Larger corridor-wide projects and studies are often 18 months to 2 years or longer. Due to our staffing levels, we often use consultants. Currently, we are in contract renewals with consultants, which has significantly slowed or even stopped our efforts. So there are phases to quick builds. There are 5 here. The first phase is identification. The second phase is field research and findings, which usually takes 3 to 4 months. They involve site visits and investigations unless they need full speed and crash data, which may be delayed from the various reporting agencies. Phase 3 is designed by a contractor, which is what we're doing at the moment. Capacity depends on the queue, our current project priorities, and the weather conditions. DOT always puts emergency work first, followed by the mayoral citywide priorities. This July, we started Baltimore City Cleanup, a 24-week initiative. City agencies just finished the 17-week Spring Blitz, which started in March, during which DOT and DPW resurfaced 22.9 miles. Some streets required new traffic striping. That pushed back design timelines for previously scheduled work. The next priority is ADA projects. And lastly, scheduled work, which can be pushed into the next construction season. Phase 4, evaluation and approval of design by DOT of the contractor's designs. Phase 5, installation or build-out capacity. Again, based on what we have ready and what the current priorities are, and allowing for weather-dependent conditions during the construction season. So for now, for Harwood, still under design, still in progress, is 28th Street and Guilford Avenue, Exeter Hall and Matthews Street, 27th Street and Barclay Street, 27th Street and Guilford Avenue, 27th Street and Matthews Street. The traffic study for 27th and Greenmount, the study was completed in July. DOT traffic will schedule to present recommendations when we've completed reviewing and incorporating the findings into our traffic calming plan. Okay, that's it. They at least answered that.
Yes.
And it's pretty comprehensive. So actually that's what ended that portion. Additional traffic calming measures in the area. 28 ADA ramps were installed in Harwood in 2025. DOT was only able to get them all in because of the mild weather, which extended our construction season last year. Speed limit reductions on 28th and 29th Street, including near Barclay Elementary. I'm supposed to ask about the effectiveness and take notes. The speed limit went from 30 to 25. Has that helped?
Oh, I didn't know that.
There was,
There's a difference that nobody's gonna
probably
pay any attention.
3 or 4 signs that were placed.
The signs are up. I haven't noticed a difference in the speed walking through.
I think that that's, on, at least on 29th, I think the speed camera is what will start to slow people down. Once people know it's there.
I think
Yeah,
also, you
that's
know,
right here.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think also people are gonna need a little while to go, oh, right, this isn't
Yeah.
35 anymore.
I mean, also, I mean, school hasn't started yet.
Yeah, cause I didn't even know that they had reduced, I just drive normal. So, yeah, so yeah, definitely changing the speed limit, you know, ineffective without any
It
other.
was a very large sign with yellow. That was explosive.
It's gotta be physical, go ahead.
This may be more of a question for Odette when she comes back, but I'm curious whether it might be possible to get DOT a bigger budget for like staffing or something, so that we can
Yeah.
like get some of these projects to move a little more quickly. I'm sure you all would appreciate that.
Yeah, she put us like,
As
yeah,
well.
like, yeah, I'll write that down.
Smile and write that down.
Yeah, that's
I
right up to the
also-
charter bill to make the budget more controlled by city council people, so they can do something like that.
Who controls the budget now?
I doubt
There,
it.
yeah, there. But remember how that talked about the charter bill to push up the budget process? So we can keep asking.
I'm also curious, since I know that like the traffic calming is part of sort of a two-pronged, like, we wanna get people to slow down and also we want to ultimately get fewer cars on the road, which means that there need to be alternatives, like, you know, more robust public transit. So I'm curious whether, and probably less whether, but like what plans DOT has to like improve
public transit.
Yeah, so the Charm City Circulator is actually run by the Department of Transportation, as well as the Harbor Interconnector, which is the free commuter water taxi in the morning. I technically shouldn't say water taxi because that's where people get confused, but that's the easiest way to make people understand what I'm talking about. So with the Charm City with the Charm City Circulator, we have increased our amount of lines that we have, and we also have increased our rates. So we have, the green now comes all the way up to Harwood Road, up by Broadway and turns around and goes back. We've increased the red, now goes over into Cherry Hill, so we are trying to add accessibility. Utilization, that depends on the ridership, and
I'm a huge fan of the circulator. Have you done studies in terms of whether we're just moving people from the regular city buses to the circulator, which is also fine because that reduces burden and helps, I'm sure helps the regular buses move more efficiently. But if we're just moving people from the city buses to the circulators, we're not getting, like,
Expanding the map of
right,
where.
I'm a
we get
huge
to
fan of public transit, and I think if people have the option for reliable public transit, they will use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's ultimately it, but are we just moving some of those people off of unadmittedly, like, you know, burdened public transit system to have more options, which is also a good thing, or are we actually getting people who would otherwise drive to start, like leaving their car at home because they don't need to drive. Cause I think, I think when people talk about, less cars on the road, it's not that we wanna penalize people, we wanna make life easier. We want not driving to be easier than driving. I think ultimately is the goal of good public transit.
So I'm unsure of in general, but we can say with surety that for the red line that comes from Cherry Hill, we have seen a lot of positive feedback that the buses are actually faster. They're getting people from Cherry Hill to downtown or to where they work faster, and so they are very appreciative.
And there's also jobs, benefits, and people have more opportunities if public transit works better. So it's not just about getting cars off the road.
Yeah, the other thing that also should be specified is that Chipotle works for Baltimore City DOT, and Maryland DOT is who controls the link serve
Right.
lines and also the light rail, so that's different.
Do they communicate though? Like, does the DOT, Baltimore City communicate for the
Yes.
MTA?
So that's, before we do the bus balls, we are talking with the MTA, they're telling us what their priorities are, they're trying to get rapid transit lanes, more of them, where it's painted all red, don't drive in the bus lane, and get huge tickets. Yes, so there is communication and collaboration.
Question, circulator, love it, sometimes use it. Some challenges are, frequency, knowing when that next bus is gonna come in 20 and 30 minutes. I could walk downtown in 30 minutes, or I could drive, in 30 minutes. So I think when the system was expanded, I'm not sure if that was with new buses or taking current buses off to make existing wait times longer. And I know there were some issues with the Where's My Bus type app. And I think that technology has changed, but I'm not, just wondering if it has.
Yeah, the trans.
I was gonna say, Councilwoman, I have
Just
been talking about this all day
this
long.
morning.
You can share.
So the new app on the circulator is called, Trip Shot. Yeah, and it took me a couple tries to find how to do this, because they don't have a how-to on here. But if you wanna find like live where the bus is, you go to routes and then purple route, and then you can actually see where the bus is versus where the.
Now, is that a tracker on the bus, or is it like the
Yes,
transit
it's
app?
GPS on the bus.
Amazing, wow, huge.
Yeah, it's not the transfer.
Oh, it's not
supposed to be here,
crowdsourced?
isn't
No.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's game changing.
Okay.
Wait, can you point that at transit too? Like, it's
We are not
you
in control
specifically.
of the transit.
Yeah, the transit app is only based on the schedule. And so-
Oh,
Like,
that's,
if somebody happens to
that's
be
on
using
the
the transit app and they're on the bus.
And they're on the bus,
So that's
yeah.
like a real fierce.
So I had this problem this morning, but we were then able to figure out that it does actually give real time.
I see.
Wow.
And ideally, we wouldn't even need that app because, in a perfect world, because the buses would be coming so frequently
Wouldn't that
and
be
so
amazing?
regularly, you could just leave your house knowing a bus would be there in 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's still the reliability issue, because we left the house at 8:30 for an 8:34 bus, and then a bus was leaving at the door.
Yep.
It's not 8:34 yet.
Yeah.
But this will help, because then we could say like, oh, well, the bus is coming, so we can wait, but instead we had to wait. But, I mean, I like the circulator a lot, so hopefully this will, I think this, it finally has the tracking of the actual bus.
Do we need to put that on social media?
Well,
Before I
I
have the trip
suggested
shot.
strongly that there be some, I mean, it says on the graphic that it is real time, but you have to figure out which buttons to push to get to real time. So, having a pop-up that says, here's how you do it, or something like that would be super helpful.
Yeah, I would specifically call out that it's a tracker on the bus, because I feel like that's game changing.
Mary, what, did you have a question?
Yes, I live in the 500 block of East 27th Street, and when Greenmount Avenue gets backed up especially, everyone is zooming on our block, it is unsafe. Is there any way we could get some, the little warning signs saying bumps in road or something to?
I'm sorry, 2700 block of Greenman?
500 block of East 27th.
Oh, yeah, this is on our
Yeah,
list.
We walked, that was,
Yeah.
we walked that spot.
This is
Yeah.
on our list, because that's actually a really dangerous intersection there, 27th and Greenmount. And then the speeding, so we did a site visit in the freezing cold, over winter.
Was it March? Was that like March?
I don't know, it was cold, I just.
February, March, yes.
I remember the coffee, I remember it was
I
cold.
just,
Yes.
like.
Thank you for donuts, I appreciate it.
I just go by seasons, it was cold, so it was. So, DOT is gonna get back to us on what needs to be done there, whether it's speed bumps or, you know, other, like narrowing of the road, but you're totally right that it's a danger and people are driving really fast.
So they're trying to take the little shortcut to get over to Exeter
That's
to avoid
exactly
the
right.
traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
Izzy,
was-
Izzy has been doing a great job of advocating for your.
He's documenting everything for us.
And there was, the three of the intersections, that are in design are, three of them? 27th and Greenmount, 27th and Matthews, and,
27.
okay, so two.
Guilford,
Well,
27.
Exeter Hall and Matthews also counts, because that's part of that whole sphere, you know, people driving through. Anyway, so three of the intersections that are in design are on our side of the neighborhood, so that's a big part of it. If it were me, I'd be putting speed bumps in now, but honestly, it's a little different world. So I think that once they get those designs through, that'll, and we can actually build them out, that'll change a lot. Because you can turn real easy right now, and if you can't turn easy, you gotta slow down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see speed bumps there, I know that DOT is, and actually fire is coming back to us saying, hey, speed bumps are a real problem for our fire trucks.
Yeah. right, which is why they're not installed willy-nilly, like.
Well, right, and they're starting to put, the gaps are not just for the cyclists, they're for the fire trucks, so they have to put the gaps in the right place. Yeah, this is
It starts
relatively
from
new,
the
so.
middle of the street, not from the lane width that we
Yeah.
have to make the measurement.
Yeah, so fire wants to get to the place where they need to go fairly quickly, obviously. But, so,
Yeah, this is good information.
yeah, so I, like I said, I love speed bumps as the answer there, but I'm also wary of that part.
Yeah. Does anybody, have any more comments right now or concerns that might be speedy, cause we should probably move on to our next
I'll
topic.
make
Oh,
this
you
really
have-
quick.
yes.
Last, we've already mentioned it, the speed camera, basically it was installed on the 27th of July. The first 2 weeks are warning citations, and then it will go live citations.
That's by the school.
Thank you, this is so helpful, cause,
And I'm not a traffic engineer either, but what looks like the business end of the speed camera is pointing west. Right?
Yeah, it catches the back.
Oh, it's looking for
It
the
catches the
license.
back.
Looking for the license plate.
Ag, pardon me.
Yeah,
It's looking for that.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I asked. now
so
I
it's
feel so
passing the
stupid.
passing the thing, and it'll take a photo of the
Okay,
license.
but it can still catch the speed,
Yeah, yes.
but looking in the direction
Yep.
of the tag is. Gotcha. Thanks.
Did you have a question?
So, 26 in Guilford, you got the green part, and right across, going north, you know, all that stuff.
Next to the train track where it's all grassy?
I know y'all mentioned something about it earlier.
So we got a couple different things happening. That space, we don't have a clear plan for yet. We've talked about, we have, the space is owned by CSX.
That's what I thought.
So we gotta get them on board. I think they have inconvenienced us enough that we can probably encourage them to throw some money towards funding whatever we come up with. But what they're gonna tell us is, okay, tell us what you want. They're not gonna do anything on their own initiative. So we have to come to them. 26th Street Green, on the other side of Guilford, they've got their act together. We would probably be well served by partnering with them and treating it maybe as an extension, but we haven't prioritized that spot. We've heard some different ideas, some things came up on the WhatsApp chat, some different ideas that were pretty cool. Everything from like a mini dog park to, some, like a fairy garden, like something like little kids can go to. I think the number of people that let their dogs pee, they're maybe reluctant to make that a child destination personally, but we don't have a plan for that. The long and short of it is, we don't have a plan yet. We're throwing ideas around, but 26th Street, 26th Park has kind of taken priority just because it's such a
Right.
immediate pressing need.
I think you need to be careful about a bump over factor here. 26 becomes inaccessible, people are gonna move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The
this is
city's
like
aware
a
of it.
fairly underdeveloped little pocket, so,
Yeah.
you know, if anybody wants to plant anything in there.
Yeah, and if you have,
I think the Friends of 26th Street, they were doing a survey to
Yeah.
see what people wanted to have done there, so I do think that the 26th Street Green people there are interested in trying to help with that space.
and they're what, they have money.
They got money, yeah, they have a landscape architect who lives around the corner, which is why it looks
They-
nice.
Yeah,
And one other thing, so coming out of 26th Street, 300 block, right at Barclay. So I noticed in the neighborhood how, you know, we did the things, you know, so when you come out, you know how cars park right there, you can't see around.
Yeah, daylight.
Daylighting?
Yeah.
Is that what y'all call it?
That's a
Yes.
daylighting,
Okay,
yeah.
that thing. So what about, what do we need to do to try to get something like that there? It's dangerous coming out, I'm telling you.
Daylighting on 26 and Barclay specifically?
Yeah, cause
That
I mean,
intersection?
it's a one-way, you know.
Yeah.
It's also that blind spot with the tracks, the
Oh, my
fence there
goodness.
too.
Yeah.
It
that
is.
is a weird spot.
It's a tough, it's definitely a tough spot.
It really is.
I think it's on that, I think, like you said, we said about 30 intersections, we pretty much covered the whole neighborhood, and DOT let us have maybe 10 of those, but it might be in a future year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know what year that will be, especially as we, keep having other priorities that kind of get leapfrogged.
I have the most traffic calming request in the entire city.
Is there a city rule about how close you can technically park to the intersection?
I mean, we could put a sign there, the challenge is that people won't, may not always, like, you know, we could move the stop, the no stopping sign.
Paint
We
the
could
corner
move it
red like
back.
California.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Sorry, no.
So, I mean, maybe a preliminary would just be at least to move the sign back, but it does help to have the flex post so that people don't park there.
It's dangerous, and it's been like that, I mean, forever.
Yeah, that people park too close to the curb, yeah.
Has the,
It'll take a parking space, but I,
has the reopening of the Guilford Avenue Bridge helped? Like, unless people going down that street now?
No, it's busy. I mean, it's like the hotel block, you know.
It is busy, and now that the
It's
brush
very
is not
busy,
so
but
thick
coming
over
out
there,
is
you
good.
know, I think it opened it up a little.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing, and one of the things I've also noticed on our walk around is that, like, that bridge on Barclay, where, between 26 and where 26 Park is, also the sidewalks are not ADA compliant anymore, like, they've really been cracks, and I think we all had also submitted that in various things, so another area that's up for long-term redesign.
Well, all the ramps are getting redone over time, so at least
Yeah.
I have that, and if there are challenges with the sidewalks, we usually do that now, of course, it's CSX. But, I mean, that's the,
Thank you for both.
yeah, I appreciate
Yeah.
it, absolutely.
Yeah, I think, so it looks like we will,
So we have,
oh. You're the other guest, who's not on here, sorry.
well, I just added I just added 27th Street Park. I don't know, you and Mark have been in touch,
Yeah, we talked.
so we're good, what, 25 minutes?
Yeah, and then, the only other thing is, that we have other updates, and things like that, and Councilwoman Ramos, but, but after you.
So, my name is Noel Webster, I live on Guilford. I used to live on the 300 block of Woodbridge a couple years ago. I'm currently in the Community Action Lab, which is a program sponsored by the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety Engagement, BPD, and the City Innovation Team. And so they're trying to get, it's a pilot program for the Northern District, and so we're trying to get community-led solutions. So I chose to focus on Harwood Park, which led me to Isaac and led me to Mara. I know that you all did a previous survey with Mara. I wanted to focus a little more on the safety and doing smaller initiatives that lead to larger initiatives for that park. So I know there were some concerns about litter and maybe some activity in there going on. So my, thinking was basically to reactivate the space. I'm sure you've had ideas about that already. Bring in different events, maybe some community-led events, and, see what people wanted to do. So I do have a survey that, have QR code that I'll post in the WhatsApp, and then, potentially go around the neighborhood and, talk to people who don't have digital or like choose not to use digital. So yeah, that's basically my thinking, but like, Wednesday is the last day of the program. We're presenting to different, city partners. So I know that park is owned by, Rexham Park. And Mara was saying to get that dirt space filled in with grass at least, and then we can move from there, try to get like, some plants and flowers for beautification. Maybe later on, try to get like tables and chairs and a shipping, container for storage that there's a lot on that we have access to as a community. And so those can be put away. So, yeah, that's the nuts and bolts.
Were you able to look at the NDC survey data that?
Yeah, we met and I reviewed all the survey results and the design. And we kind of talked about this being kind of building off of all that work and approaching it from how do we do small projects and activate the park just to get folks using it more. Folks definitely use it now, you know? I see, actually last time I was there, on Sunday, there was a kid, a parent and her child using the new screens that were replaced at school. So I love this idea. I love more attention to the park. And like every, you know, we used to have community meetings there. We used to have back to school nights there.
Yeah.
So there's lots of potential. We just need to say, hey, we're doing it. You know?
Right.
Space, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that would help is, I know this is coming in a couple of ways, but shading in some way to make it more usable in the summer.
Okay.
I mean, I imagine that whole dirt space, if it was grass
Right.
and shaded,
And shaded.
like, you know,
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things people wanna do, you know, publicly, whether it's, you know, social gatherings, yoga, community
So
yoga.
a line of trees and pavilion is on the list.
Yeah.
Pavilions are expensive and a lot harder to get, but tree planting, very much on the list. It'll be further down the line in terms of shade. But I agree, because that whole back part is exposed.
I mean, is this
Right.
also where?
Sales that we have on Wednesday.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, is the sales,
The
like,
sales.
as a temporary solution even, while we wait for the trees.
Yeah, how much, you were saying sales were how much?
There's like
They're still
$35,000.
expensive, but they're definitely less expensive, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and there can be a lot of maintenance.
Like,
There's a forestry division within Rexham Park, so
Yes.
we advocated, well, my group advocated for having like a Rexham Parks, representative there, so hopefully, I can get some
I would
contact.
say, I would be curious if one of the initiatives, because I do think like seating combined with shading was on every single survey we took. Adam and I were also a big part of this conversation, and like, you know, is that something where maybe we as a community could just build a structure ourselves rather than be waiting, you know, and building, you know, there are people in the neighborhood have design abilities and stuff like that, so is that something that maybe could also be, instead of going through capital improvements, since that's 5 years out.
Right,
So,
I definitely would love that, it's quicker, and then maybe, like, my thinking was go talk to, like, the makerspace or the tool library, and like, see if they can help out, you know?
yeah, cause they provided the bench that's outside here,
I'll
so
just post it.
Yeah.
that would be really cool to be able to like, I think we had talked a couple times, you know, we wanted to see like what the city was willing to do, but now that we know.
Right, she said they were only willing to do specific things, so.
Yeah.
For them, if I could focus on like filling in with the grass and the trees, and then we can do the rest of the fun stuff, you know?
Yeah. You just have to, there is a spruce up grant that's earmarked for us, it's $20K. We just have to decide what we're doing, and we have to get an MOU with Record Parks and pay for liability insurance.
It's already earmarked for us.
Casually.
Casual.
There's
I
plenty to do.
mean, could we submit what we have from NBC to be like, this is what we would like?
Absolutely, 100%.
I was going to ask, has anyone thought of approaching Merlot, as they have a lovely vocational program that sometimes builds things for kids?
Should actually get, like,
Yeah, okay.
they do have, the building trades.
I'm curious what folks think about like getting some, cafe lighting in the park for nighttime too.
I love that, I love the cafe
That could be a
lights.
kind
I
of
would
quick
love to
little
have it
thing,
all
we
over
wanna
my
like
district.
do some door knocking on the people adjacent,
Yeah.
obviously. I know there's like a larger discussion of that in the neighborhood, but I feel like even in the park and in the Harwood Community Garden, that could make the space more welcoming.
I love the cafe lights, and
Yeah.
the city has grants to be able to pay for those.
I've been casually soft launching the shade sail plus cafe lights thing in the little park on the Cricket's Hollow on the east side of Greenmount in 27th. It's good. It looks really nice, and I think everyone around really appreciates it. So I think that wouldn't be a hard sell, frankly.
Cool, awesome. I have to get over there, I haven't been over there in a minute.
Check it out. I'm biased.
Very cute.
Well,
How are your power, are yours from your house? How are yours powered? Or are they solar?
Oh, there's solar. Yeah, so there's a solar panel lit to the top of the pole, and they just go on
Yeah,
at
the
night.
solar ones are pretty cheap. That's awesome. So, yeah, that could work and be a lot cheaper than the sunny part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have to plug it in. The only issue I could foresee with the idea of putting like a shade sail up in the park is you have to have somewhere to mount it on all four sides. So I what? Oh, if you do a triangle, yeah, 3 or 4, either way. So like we would need to put it like against something, or we need like 3 or 4 poles of some sort. So you know.
So those go 3 or 4 poles in the concrete bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, we can be stylish about it too. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to go deep in, like the Wyman Park Dell, they have to go.
Yeah, that's a very, maybe even a temporary one. But we totally could, yeah, use local funds for streetlights and a shade sail and have that be the first thing along with grass and some tree planting and beautification.
With the
We
grass, do
totally
we need
do
to
that.
just like poke Parks and Rec because they said they were gonna replace it.
Right.
So,
They were supposed to reseed it, and I
Yeah.
don't know why they haven't done it.
That's
so,
the first thing I'll bring up.
I mean,
if there's dirt, I'm happy to
we,
throw some.
I happen to know some people in the garden.
It's true.
yeah. Yeah, maybe the garden people wanna take it over and,
Expand.
Yeah.
I'll just tear down a little bit.
yeah. Like, could we can?
This is ours now.
Do you have a flag? We have a flag.
Yeah.
So, last, I wanted to do like some type of event, maybe October or spring, since spring makes sense for the grass. And then have some group members that are actually working on an app for litter collection, just community-led litter collection, and they wanted to come and, talk about their app and get feedback.
For litter collection?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Weigh your litter or?
Like what, so essentially in their app, like you have a location, somebody can start like, hey, we're gonna have a litter pickup here. They wanna know what's in the litter that you're picking up, how much you're picking up, how often you do it, and then if if you wanna redo it, you can make groups and, just basically send out blasts. And I think they have a couple different things, but yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Like a little meetup app.
Yeah, for litter.
For litter. Awesome.
Harwood?
I was gonna ask, question, is that with like city works or just for community members?
Which, the Action Lab?
No, not the Action Lab, the app.
That's for anybody.
Oh.
So they wanna start in Baltimore City and do it. They're residents of Camden, but it's for anybody.
Cool.
Yeah, is the Action Lab is through the mayor's office or?
Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety Engagement, the Baltimore City Innovation Team, and the Police Department.
Since the program is ending, like what does that look like?
We'll have more cohorts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This was the first one.
This was the first one, it was a
Oh,
pilot. So,
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. Basically, they had like classes to try to teach you like what you may need, like the last one was about grant writing and funding. NDC was also a part of it, and like I said, Wednesday, we're supposed to be presenting about our final projects and what we're gonna be doing in our groups. And they're giving us, seed funding, it's split up, so I'll only be getting $1,000, but it's something.
Towards whatever project that you were
That
working
you,
on?
yeah, correct.
Nice.
Any other comments on those lines? And the survey is just over there for people.
I will send it out in the WhatsApp, I have the QR code, and, you'll see me walking around some doors, because I know everybody's not on the chat.
Thank you. And then, Odette, do you have any other stuff? We have you also on our speakers list.
Yeah, sure. Well, you covered the traffic calming, so you've got the updates there. We talked a little bit about the follow-up to the town hall that we had in June, where the agencies are now going through that list. We're gonna be doing some more walkthroughs to get the agencies to look at exactly what, folks are talking about during the town hall, and then, continue to complete the work, so that's good. The Baltimore Book Festival was moved to the third weekend of September, so it's September 19th and 20th. The reason was that our second weekend, which has always been our weekend, is Rosh Hashanah this year, and so we, Red MS is gonna have like 2 or 3 authors that weekend, just as like a preview, but the main event is September 19th and 20th, and it's the same footprint from last year, so 30th Street in front of Peabody Heights and including Peabody Heights, 31st Street, which is my block, my neighbors are thrilled with me, and 32nd Street over by the market. So there's gonna also be a bigger name, I don't know what the name is, so we're waiting to see, because this is we're partnering with the mayor's office, this is one of the mayor's office, big festivals too, so anyway, it'll be great, I'm really looking forward to it. And the reason, we moved it to Waverly a few years ago was because I've got most of there's a lot of bookstores in the area. And, wanted to make the book festival feel much more neighborhoody as opposed to being downtown where nobody goes in. So, yes.
I work at Baltimore City Community College. And we have a lot of books. Do they take, books, like, we need to give these books away?
Yeah, so the Urban Reads Bookstore, has created a mobile bus, and she is giving away books across the city. Everything from, adult books, children books, also like curriculum books, like every math.
We have all above, so will they come and get them? Like,
Yes.
I need to donate these books somewhere.
She'll get them.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
we also have the book thing here as well, so people can donate
That's
there.
only once a month now.
It's only once a month now, yeah. But,
As much as you want,
yeah,
but one day long.
yeah.
Do you know about the book thing?
No,
Talk to me after.
I'll tell her.
I will give you the.
Yeah, but I'll get your contact information and connect
Okay,
you.
good.
She goes and gets books from all over. And again, she's mostly doing things in neighborhoods where, just to make sure the kids are still reading over the summer, but also she's got curriculum books that she's giving away too, so that people can learn. So yeah, thanks for mentioning, that's great. Yeah, we're a book neighborhood, so, so just, keep that, in mind. And then the Able Street Fair is gonna be the following weekend, so we're gonna have lots of, street fairs, and fun stuff to do in the neighborhood. So that's good. I think those are my major ones in the interest of time. I mean, all of you have seen, we've been working a lot on, the housing work. I have a couple of bills coming. We do have, people that have been impacted by ICE. So if you're, we're building a portal so that you can upload your videos if you're seeing ICE. And then we're also building a clearinghouse if you want to help our immigrant families. as to where all the volunteer opportunities are. So that'll be announced through my office and Councilman Parker. I think towards the, middle of September, we'll be ready so that people can call or email us and we'll get you to the right people that you're interested in, being a part of. In terms of that, ICE was very, very busy this weekend over in East Baltimore. It was horrible. Yeah. And I do know that, enrollment's gonna go down at Barclay as well as several of the other schools. So I'm working on a process to try to, at least have people feel, safer to bring their kids to school, because that's really the safest place for them. So, stay tuned for that, as well.
Are there options to volunteer to walk people's kids to school on their behalf so that they don't
Yeah.
have to see all their kids?
Yeah, that's one of the things we're working on. It's like a safe passage type of situation. It does take some vetting, and also, if you're interested in helping to feed the families that are shut in, because, they definitely have some deep vetting to make sure that, but yeah, there's opportunities for that as well. And it's, it's affecting East Baltimore and Northwest right at the moment, but we have had families in my district affected also. So one came home, actually, he came home. Yeah, he's not well, but he came home.
July was like the busiest month for detainments by ICE this year.
In Baltimore, yeah.
No, nationwide. Like they're doing it quieter, but they are detaining in larger numbers in July than they did at any other. Even in like the numbers they were doing in Minneapolis and places.
Yeah.
It's, their numbers are.
They're using different tactics,
Yeah.
and they're going after everybody, it's not just people who they think are.
Oh, yeah.
So they're, they're in airports, they did fewer car arrests. Maryland's no longer sharing information with them through MBA, but, they're still, the data out there, so yeah, we're just doing everything we can to stop that madness, but also, protect the families that, we passed in the budget more money for the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs so that there's legal support when somebody gets detained. But if you know of anybody who, might need a lawyer who, not only if a family member got detained, we do have lawyers at the city that will do that will help, but also those that need to, sort of clarify their status. We help with that as well. So, I can share in the WhatsApp the hotline numbers, so if you see anybody. But we've also heard, I've had a situation in Better Waverly the other day where, landlord definitely taking advantage of immigrant families. So if you're seeing that as well, let me know. We do have rental assistance for our families, if that's the case. So we're trying to build a system where, everybody's gonna get, some assistance. But yeah, it's totally not good, at all. But we have had some come home, and that's thanks to our legal team, frankly, at the city that we put together. So yeah, we'll continue to support those families, as well, because that was a very traumatic experience for all of them. If you're hearing stuff out there, if you've got families that are, worried, just let me know and we can certainly help them. Yeah, I think that's, all of the things that I've been working on a lot. I'm working on trying to get all the fire hydrants to work.
That's important.
The 90 fire hydrants that don't work.
I think most people are in favor of that.
Yeah,
That's
we're
like
working through it with.
anti-partisan, bipartisan issue.
Yeah, no, it's just, so we're, hopefully by the end of September, all of them are fixed, so that's the plan, to get that taken care of.
Any other questions for the council? We have 2 minutes, but I also want to give Corey a little moment to also do like maybe a sort of overview of CBCD stuff.
Okay, quick snapshot. We are working, if you guys know the benefits district, that's about 110 blocks of the community. So, it's a larger and very diverse and different chunk, depending on what block you're on.
Yeah.
We're working with Neighborhood Design Center next month, to kind of look at spaces and places. I know there's a couple places we've talked about today, that were on my initial list of things to look at. So how do we turn these spaces and places into a more comprehensive neighborhood, if it's either an exercise park or amenities, or, we always get the calls about dog parks and facilities. So what that looks like comprehensively for the community. That way, when we are out fundraising, we have materials, collateral, and we're, talking the same language. So we're doing some early work, so we will, have lots of engagements coming down the line, to get feedback and to get input on, and those kind of things throughout the community. Lots of little pieces of spaces, so we're gonna try to make it work. We do have some opportunities, I think, with some vacant land, that are gonna be a little bit more expensive. I know we're definitely looking at, kind of the park spaces and how everything just looks cohesively in the neighborhood. So that's one thing. We are gonna have films this fall, in the Wyman Park Dell. And lots of things will be coming out about that real soon. We have 6 on the docket right now. We have a 25-foot screen, so we are going all in on movies. And once we start movies, we're gonna be doing movies. So, we're doing the Wyman Park Dell initially. I'm guilty, I selected all the initial range of movies. I think they're all great, but, we'll see. We'll encourage you guys to, solicit some, suggestions for the next rounds. And hopefully we could be, doing movies all year long. We're gonna start at Wyman Park Dale, but we have, again, 110 blocks, so we can move inflatable stuff throughout the community and have movies in different places. So we're gonna be really intentional about that, and making sure we have, amenities and activities for everybody to do, in the evening times. And I know we're doing a lot of branding as well for the community. Some initial branding is we've done the trucks, which green and white, you guys could see on those.
We already know, yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, the uniforms for the teams have been redone recently, so, we often get the, no shade, but, our team's not city employees, and the work we do is different than city work. So we just wanna make sure that the community knows that these are services provided for.
It should be an addition.
Yeah, it is supplemental to the work that is provided by the city. We don't replace it, but, just more important that the community knows and sees the people that are out doing the work.
I always feel like that.
Yeah. We don't have the largest team, but it's, pretty impactful. We did have some concerns from Harwood area about alleys and trash and things like that. I know some of the major things from just daily operations, we have a lot of people taking out their home trash to corner trash cans, which causes other issues. That's kind of a thing that causes some troubles in the operations process, especially when they bring out heavy things and sit them by or sit them in the trash cans or oil or things like that. So we do have that going on a lot. We know that alleys are bad. I would say if you guys need a trash can, or if you know your neighbor needs a trash can, they could always go to 311 and request a trash can. If they let us know, sometimes we find random trash cans throughout the neighborhood that are abandoned, and we can give them a quick wash and scoot them over sometimes. But just communicate if you guys know there's a problem with your trash cans and recycling cans, so that we could help get those solved. Rats are a real thing, and if we don't have secure trash cans, the more rat population is out there. We do have a rat abatement program. It is no way the capacity of a city operation or individual contributions. We just kind of know where the rats are, and we could treat as we change over to a new system. So we have counters, we have rat counters. So the rats go through these tunnels, and once they go through, we know when the population or activity is increasing, and then we go ahead and deploy more resources according to that. So it is yeah. We follow the rats, and then hopefully we suppress that population. But trash can and loose trash is a big part of that, and we try to do our best to stay on top of that. And alleys, we, I'm trying out a new green chemical for weeds. to help us suppress some of the weeds and overgrowth in the alleys. You know, that's a problem, that could, make things look worse than they are. And most homeowners are not taking care of that cutback part. So we are, looking at different ways. We cannot apply, herbicides, we cannot apply, pest control. So all of those generally have to be done by outside person due to licensing. But we do have a green product that we are using, testing out to see if that works for the weed abatement, so that way we could suppress a lot of the overgrowth.
I don't know if this works at scale, but what about just boiling water? I mean, that's what I do for like the growth in my backyard.
I use peroxide, salt, and dish soap.
And so we have the 30% vinegar, Dawn, and salt.
Kills it.
We do have that, so we do have a variety. I think the only thing is, and we'll start rolling this out more when there's community cleanups. We have a small team, so coverage is a thing.
Regarding the trash cans, and this, I don't know if this will be more of a question for Odette, but you can, and this is like kind of a more of a speed bump than a real barrier, but the trash cans do tend to like grow legs and walk away.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I don't know, Corey, what CDCPD's relationship with DPW is, but it's been really challenging to try to get the teams to not stage the trash cans at one end of the alley and actually like put them back where they belong, so they don't walk away quite as much, but when you.
They're not supposed to do that, by the way.
Right, exactly.
They're not supposed to gather them on the curb. They're supposed
Right,
to
we've
go
tried to
down.
talk to DPW about it.
Sometimes
and
it's because the alley is just so narrow.
It's just
But they are, you know, I mean, but that's one thing to think about is whether we need to be front instead of alley, but, nobody wants to do that, so.
And like,
I had a conversation with Maura about this, and it's like, we should do everything on our part as residents to fix any problem. So I would just tell everybody, make sure they spray their addresses on those trash cans. So when you do, because you can call and make that complaint that the guys that pick up my trash, not picking the trash can back. And of course, if they maybe approach, I don't know how that operates, or, you know, they saying on the rain, you're not picking the trash cans back, well, they can even say, well, we don't know what addresses they go to. Well, they can't say that if everybody got their addresses spray painted on. So that's just one little nibble that might help.
also, like, when you go to, when that does happen, and you go to request a new trash can, like, you can do it in 311, but that's not like the whole process. They then like email you a PDF.
Yeah, you gotta,
Change
yeah,
it out.
it's
It's
so
like
long.
pain,
It's so
like,
good.
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
like,
okay.
They're not asking for the form anymore.
That's so.
So they not asking for the form?
No.
Nobody's talking about that? So they not
That's
asking-
the whole
Yeah, I mean, we want to put out the trash can, like, why are we putting in more barriers? So,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
form is no longer.
Yeah,
Also,
is,
no, I'm sorry, I was gonna say, like, it might, I don't know, if DPW think about like cost benefit analysis, like they might have to spend less time replacing trash cans if they stop incentivizing the teams to like move so quickly and like actually allow them to take the time to put the trash cans back where they belong, they might disappear less, I don't know.
well, I would also say, I mean, it would be really nice also if Sisson Street had a selection of trash cans that you could go and just go pick up yourself rather than have to wait through the system, because that would also go.
That's
exactly.
That's gonna back them up.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, I mean, Mr. Bennett might be amenable to that,
Because it takes a lot more time for somebody to be waiting and
Yeah.
trash and stuff, and you know, it's like.
Yeah, now they was there, you know, y'all did the initial report, and they were just to go, instead of waiting for them to bring it.
Yes,
in,
that
you
would
know,
be
right.
also be good, yeah,
Pick up.
yeah, something where they were just like more accessible, not have to bring it to us.
So, a couple other things, we are working on, which is rather new for our district, is some more business engagement. Almost all of our business associations have ceased to exist in the whole district. So we're working on some mechanisms to kind of keep businesses engaged and keep the pulse on what's going on in the business community. Waverly has a new set of leadership going on over there, and we're working with them in the councilwoman's office to do some cleanup, some deep clean of Waverly.
I gave them money to do that, so
So-
there'll be some.
Waverly will get a deep
We'll
deep
get a
clean
Yeah.
Gum removal, pressure washing, some tree boxes,
Clearing
so-
out the tree wells,
yeah.
you know, that kind of.
Wow.
Like on Greenmount, like the
It'll be on
Main
Green.
Street.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like some of the side streets up too,
Sure,
but
sure.
priority is, you know, beyond, yeah.
And then once we get done with Greenmount or Waverly, we're gonna roll out pressure washing availability to the community. So for, if you want your front of your home done, your trash can done, some graffiti removal, we're gonna have some other services that, could benefit the residents.
Do you know if you're doing Waverly or Better Waverly, or both, or neither? Wait,
I
probably
mean,
not neither.
The money that
Just
I gave
Greenmount.
them is for both
Oh.
sides.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, cause also most of Better Waverly is not within the benefits district also.
Right.
Yep, York
Yeah.
Road, Old York
Sorry, all the
Road-
lines are crossing
Yeah.
over in my head.
Old York Road is, but below
30th.
30th Street is not, but again,
Yeah.
I mean, we're,
Oh,
we're gonna be focusing on the business area right this second, particularly with Folk Festival coming up, but we do plan on going all the way.
I was just curious.
And I don't think it's ever been done, so it's gonna be,
This has
it's
not
not gonna
been
move
done.
fast.
I mean, they power washed for Book Festival 2 years ago, but not, it was not a good job, so. And we didn't have it power washed last year, so, yeah. But yeah, for me, it's like company is coming, so we need to, do something. But I do wanna go, I represent Greenmount from 25th to 39th Street, so, the business area all the way through is ideally, but we were gonna, they need to do it in chunks too, just to be productive.
Nice.
I'm sorry, are you Hillary?
I'm Hillary Matzinger, I'm lovely
Just-
to be here.
I mentioned the Ilchester block party. This is Hillary, who is organizing it. You said 9 to 9? Or
Yeah,
like an
that's
all-day
what-
kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be pretty low-key this year. We haven't done it for several years, and there might not be very much going on, but everybody's welcome. It's August 29th, Saturday, August 29th, and we'll have some, people just bring their grills out, and we got a moon bounce, and,
Cute.
Okay, great.
So we'll see.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to help out,
And that's it.
let her know, or you can contact me.
Which block?
Which block of Ilchester?
300 block of Rochester, yeah.
Lovely, okay. Thank you for showing up.
It's been years and years. I mean, I am very happy to finally get here.
The 29th of August.
On that, lovely note, since we're 11 minutes over, I'm gonna close out the meeting, because I know a lot of us are very hungry.
Our first.
Yeah, and thank you to all of our guest speakers who came through, really appreciate it, and, yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Very hungry. Yeah, that was, last week, yeah, thank you so much for that, that was the update we set a
Yes. Do you know if they're still open?